Hey guys, if you're watching this video later on, I want to tell you something. You're watching a live video. Hey, I like to go live. I would say probably, oh my goodness, 2 or 3 times a week. I try to go as much as I possibly can. Y'all, this is a very early video for me. Um, I just am waking up and starting my day as far as things go. So, this is very off the cuff. There's just no other way to say it. So I definitely appreciate anyone who's tuning in live. I usually go live a lot later. Oh my goodness. Hey, y'all, my name is Tony, and you are watching Faith and Coffee Bean. So, this is a channel that is completely dedicated to espresso and coffee and just kind of being, I'm a coffee geek. There's just no other way to say it. I love to make coffee. I love to just kind of find the cheapest way to do something and also the best way to do it. And recently, I got in my channel here this really amazing. It's called the Gemilai Owl 3006, I believe, is the actual model number. And y'all, this thing has been uh, a big improvement on everything I do here when making coffee. There's just no other way to say it. Uh, I cannot recommend it more. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I've been so stoked and so happy. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm turning on from a cold start. But one of the coolest things about this is that it has an E61 style group head. It is different technology though. So it's very different technology than E61. So if you're a coffee aficionado, the E61 tends to be the big standard bearer. It's a 58 millimeter group head that has a 2 tab. A lot of the machines that I've been using in the past are 58 millimeter, but they do have this ear 3 tab style. And this is just really different because I could use a lot of coffee gear that's really made for a lot of the, really coffee, like prosumer style folks who really are like me, really into coffee and all that good stuff. But the other really big thing is it makes an amazing shot of espresso because it has that temperature stability up top. There's actually 2 heating elements that are up here that heat the group head. So I've always kind of shared this before. Um, I love kind of making coffee. I used to be a barista in college. And then basically, I stopped making coffee because I stopped making coffee at home. And the reason why is I really thought I had to have a very expensive Italian machine. And I wanted to have like this and that and blah blah blah. I wanted to make really good coffee. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. For 20 years after college, I'm in my mid 40s. I just sat on my hands, and it was crazy. Then a year ago, my wife told me, "Dude, what are you doing? Go get a coffee machine." I picked up this coffee machine right here. So this is a DeLonghi ECP. This is one of the number one most selling coffee machines like in the world. There's no other way to say it. I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks, y'all. And it has a 51 millimeter group head. I started doing bottomless. I got away from only doing my mocha pot and my AeroPress, which I still love to do, and pour overs, to making amazing coffee at home. A year later, I've got like 10 machines. I've got the coffee bug. And you know what? This is really cool, y'all. I feel like this has been one of the ultimate budget home setups. So, reason why I did go in live is I haven't had coffee today. I'm in Central Florida. It's 9:22 my time. I'm about to start my business day. And before I do that, I thought, you know what? I really need to pull a shot of espresso. Today is one of those espresso days. I got a lot of meetings planned and I got to start my day right. So I thought, wow, what better than to start it with y'all? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to be doing some Lavanaza. I got these from my son. The Lavanaza tends to be one of the standard bearers of espresso, and they're one of the oldest companies out there. I got the house medium roast. We're going to go ahead and do that today. And I'm going to be making some some big 20-gram shots because that's what I really love with these. So I'm gonna go ahead. This is getting nice and hot. I already feel it getting hot. I'm gonna pop this one out. This is a new portafilter that I got. I loved it so much. I got two of them. Uh, and this is the basket that came with it. So it's a 20-gram basket. I'm gonna start my day off a little Italiano style. We're gonna be using an IMS 20-gram basket. Yep, right here, convex, and this is a competition grade basket. So that is an IMS. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. IMS basket, little convex bottom. Hey, good morning. And what the IMS basically does is that the precision milled and holes that really make really great espresso. There's just no other way to say it. So it's what they tend to use in the competitions, World Barista Championship, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead. While that's getting a little hot, I'm going to get some beans pulled here. Okay, I just realized I have a scale, a dye fluid scale, and I keep forgetting it in the kitchen. So what you all are looking at this is my work at home office. So I am crazy. I built a little like cafe style office in my corner of my office here. And so sometimes I'll bring stuff into the kitchen, sometimes I'll bring stuff over here and I'll forget. So again, we're doing Lavanaza. We're going to do a 20-gram Lavanaza shot first. And then I think I might have another light roast coffee sitting around. I just ordered some new Good as Gold coffee. That's been one of my favorites on Amazon. And guys, just to let you know, anytime you see if you go to my, basically in the show notes, there is a link to, there's 20, almost 21. Let's make it 21. Let's make this a really big one. There we go, 21 on the nose. I do have links to my Amazon storefront, y'all. If you go to the Amazon storefront, just so you know, that does really help support my channel. If there's anything you want to buy on there, it doesn't charge you anything more. And a lot of times I really love it when you see all the promotions and stuff. But it does help support the channel. So if you want to help support the channel, it's a great way. Another great way to help support the channel, like and subscribe. I know that sounds corny. You hear people on YouTube being, subscribe, but it really does matter, y'all. Like, it really does. I started this channel because I really wanted to be able to connect with folks like myself who are into coffee, who are big coffee nerds. And I'm going to tell you, I've met a lot of really great friends. Dave, if you watch this later on, Bogey, if you watch this later on, there's just so many awesome folks that watch this channel and hang out with me. You guys are more than welcome. Hit me up on Instagram. Seriously, send me a DM. I literally, like I said, made this because I wanted to connect with folks that are like me, because my wife was like, "You're crazy." You love it. Like, you get too into your espresso. I'm like, hey, a lot of people get into their espresso. This is not like, I'm not normal, please. But anyway, that's really the main thing. I like to connect. So, you are definitely more than welcome to hit me up on Instagram. If you ever have a question, leave in the comments below. The truth is, you guys, if you're thinking a question, it's going to help me to benefit. It's going to benefit me to answer you, because it's probably something that gets me sparked up about something too. So, whole goal was just to hang out with like-minded people and learn about coffee. Let me go ahead. Let's get this going. I'm going to use a catch cup. Tends to be my favorite way to do this. I am using my Chardor 64 millimeter flat burr grinder. Y'all, this thing has been a crazy champ. I'm going to tell you guys some really cool news. Hey, how's it going? Good morning. So I'm going to tell you guys some really cool news, okay? So Gemilai reached out to me, and they're going to be sending me their brand new grinder. I'm actually expecting that any day now. So this is a flat burr grinder. I don't want to pull out necessarily the burrs, but you could literally unscrew this and the burrs come out, and you could replace them. So you could replace them with some really high-end burrs. You could replace them if you do pour overs and you want to have something that's more of a pour over setting, you can. This thing is really, really cool. So I really love this. I love this, okay? And this is a great deal. It's right now it's sitting at about 150, 169 on Amazon. Okay. What's crazy is the Gemilai is coming out with this really beautiful machine. It's a 38 millimeter conical burr. And I'm really excited. I believe it has some anti-static technology. It looks really clean and it looks like it makes a cool cup of espresso. So I'm going to be getting that real soon. It's really what's supposed to be paired with this. There's so many great grinders. I have also, I'm going to show you another really awesome grinder. This is one of my absolute favorites that I've been using a lot. This is my Hybrew G5, and this is another conical burr grinder. This is very similar to the one that they're sending me, but I'm really excited. And what happens, y'all, is, and this is why I'm telling you, I appreciate y'all so much. My channel here has been growing quite a bit, and I really appreciate that. I'm incredibly thankful. One of the cool things is with that is that I've having brands reach out to me and say, "Hey, do you want to review our stuff for your channel?" And that's kind of what's happening here. I did this review and they're like, "Hey, we got to send you the grinder now." So I'm stoked. Absolutely. Hey, yeah, EDC. So, okay, great question. You're asking how does the owl pull multiple shots and how is pulling shots right after the steam milk? Okay. So, this is my honest opinion before I kind of get into actually doing that because I'm waiting for this to get hot. Ooh, and it's already getting there. So, I think the owl was really good at pulling multiple shots for espresso, one right after another. I mean, like literally. I have done that on this channel quite a bit. There really isn't a refractory time when it comes to pulling the shots. As long as you have water in the tank, you're going to be good to go. Okay. Going from the espresso right to the steam one, I want to say it's about 10, 15, 20 seconds or so. I haven't timed it. You could actually check out one of my videos because I've done live videos where if you wanted to time, you can. I probably should time it. But it's it's a little bit slower when it comes to that. And the only reason why, and it's not a bad thing, but it is, it's not a dual boiler. Um, I have my ECP, excuse me, not ECP, I'm so sorry, E2 Toonie, and that one is a dual heating system. So there's two thermal blocks, and you can go same time you could actually do the stuff. But with this one, it's a little bit of a wait time. And then the one thing I do kind of find with this is that if you're going to go from pulling your steam, which the steam is awesome, and then you go to doing your espresso, there is a little bit of downtime waiting for it to go down to temp. So I've actually wondered if there's kind of been a little bit of a hack or there's a way that maybe you could release some of the steam or do something. I'm sure there's someone who's thought about it smarter than me. But that is the only thing because again, it's that single heating element system. And that's kind of one of those things where, you know, it's that trade-off for in my opinion, it's a price trade-off. So here's the thing. This retails for about 400 bucks. Right now there's a special. I think that brings it down to 359. Okay. For this month, they're actually giving anybody who views my channel and gets the code off of the description. I'll put the description later on into the description here. 15% additional off. The other day there was a lightning deal where it went down to like 340 and then I was able to do the 15% off as well and it was coming out to about 310. So that's kind of the thing, like for the price, it's crazy. Like for what you're getting. But there is a trade-off. With anything, there's a little bit of a trade-off. But yeah, it's a great question. I tend to make a lot of straight espresso drinks. I don't do a lot of milk personally, but I'm always making it for my wife. I'm just, the truth is, guys, I'm not the greatest latte artist. Never have been. Even when I was a barista in college, I've never been a great latte artist. I have so much mad respect for people that are. I kid you not, guys. That is truly there's a reason why it's called latte art is because it is an art form. It really is. I'm telling you guys. I've been doing this for a long time, and every single time I try to do it, I suck. Like I'm just terrible. Oh my goodness gracious. I really am terrible when I'm my latte art. But if you are awesome, take a picture, put it on Instagram, share it with me, because what I will do is I will give you props and I will celebrate you because it is not a skill that I have. Oh my goodness, I've tried. Maybe the Lord will bless me with that one day, but yeah, I've literally tried, y'all. Every time I try, especially when I go live, man, I can never do it. My drink tastes amazing, but it's not pretty. I have a couple friends that have latte art classes. I always really recommend finding a local cafe or a local barista who'll show you some technique. It's actually something I was thinking about doing. I was actually thinking about doing a live show, maybe going to one of those classes myself and recording it maybe for the channel. Okay, I'm using my lightning tool, MH Bomber. Give a little tap for love here. Settle the bed. I got my Normcore gravity distributor. Again, using the Lavanaza beans. I might have these dialed in last time I think I went with this setting. Okay. All right. Puck screen up top. All right. Yeah, it's already nice and hot. Okay. Let's get that shot. Y'all, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, pull my shot mirror here a little bit. A little dirty, sorry. So, one of the other little downsides with this particular unit is it doesn't have a metal backing that is magnetized. So basically what that means is I can't put my shot mirrors like I normally do. I got to get some 3M hooks or 3M's material, something like that. Okay. All right. And again, this is a 21-gram shot. So we're going to make a big boy shot here. Hey, cool. So you just purchased the grinder. Awesome. After watching this video, that's awesome. One of my videos. It's super cool. Hey, I love that. Love that. That's awesome. Hey, that's really cool. I'm telling you guys, this grinder has been a game changer. I have a lot of coffee friends. If you guys haven't watched it, Tom's Coffee Corner. Tom reached out to me before he made his video, was asking my opinion on something, which is super cool. It's nice to talk to Tom. Tom is like, man, I have learned so much stuff from Tom. It's not even funny. Like, I really love Tom's Coffee Corner. Tom and Han are like my two guys I watch the most. I just learned so much stuff. Han's videos, live videos are epic. He's the master when it comes to espresso. Wow, I dig it. But yeah, it was great because I heard from Tom after I made my video. He saw the video and he was going to put together a video because he was so impressed. But y'all, the Chardor over here, the 64 millimeter, that thing punches way above its weight. It's really operates like a DS64. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and pull the first shot here. I'm going manual mode. I don't ever do volumetrics with this thing. You can. I don't. I like manual. Nice. I'm shooting for about 45. Okay. About 19 seconds, 23 in. There we go, 35, getting close. Let's do 45. 46, 47. Oh man, went a little bit over. That's okay. It's still going to be delicious. So let's go ahead and take out this Lavanaza. And let's give it a little stir. And we'll put it on the refractometer too. Why not? Yep, I still have juice. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead. Give this a little stir. Not the most creme in the world, but again, it is literally the epitome of commodity beans. That's the best way to put this. Okay. 11.68. Wow. Right on the money. So 8 to 12 espresso range. Let's give this a little taste. And let me show you guys before I just what the top looks like. I'm going to tell you right now. After I tried these, I gave this bag to my son, and I said this might be a pour over bag, but the truth is, it makes it a pretty good shot here. Let's give it a little taste. Yeah, it's really good. It's really bright. Not big chocolate notes. Definitely not big chocolate. It even though this is medium, it almost tastes like it just straight up light roast to me. They're probably sourcing their beans from Central America. That would be my guess. Maybe I don't know. Maybe some African beans in there. If anybody knows where Lavanaza does their house blend, where they're getting all their beans from, I'm kind of curious. Yeah, it's delicious. I like it. I can't complain. I did get a comment the other day where someone was like, "Well, you like a lot of stuff." I'm gonna be honest, guys. I tend to be a pretty positive person, if you have a more advanced palate than I do, that's awesome. Because there are people that do. You know, I have family that are chefs that are in the cooking business that own their own restaurants, and I'm telling you, there's some people that just do. I tend to like a dark to medium. I don't always go light roast. There's a lot of folks that really have that taste for a light roast. And one thing I'm going to always say that I'm going to remind everybody, coffee is something that is subjective to your taste buds. And everybody's taste buds are different. If you like light roast coffee, awesome. If you like dark roast coffee, awesome. If you want to make a ristretto, there's some folks that when they see I tend to make a lot of bigger style espresso pools. I go 40 or above almost every time, and it drives them nuts. I've had even friends of mine be like, "Dude, I can't watch you sometimes because I hate that," and that's really cool too. As goofy as that sounds, but you got to make coffee for what your taste buds are. You're not. I'm not making coffee for the folks that are watching. I'm making coffee for me, and that is the truth. And that's the way that you got to approach your coffee. Um, if you don't get the most crema in the world, but yet your coffee tastes great, and it's not this crema Instagram shot, that's okay. If you're using Amazon Fresh, Rwanda light roast, cheap as dirt stuff, but you're making good coffee, that's cool too. You don't have to have, you know, uh, some of the most high end coffees to make wonderful coffee. That's kind of a big thing that I think a lot of times, I've kind of shared this before, but people get on Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or whatever, is your social media, YouTube, and they'll watch someone on YouTube or social media and they'll pull a shot and they're like, why are my shots looking like that? Why can I get that crema? Let me tell you guys a big secret. People edit. People edit, and that's why I like doing lives. And honestly, that's really why I love watching Han when he does his lives, because that's how I learn, because I get to actually see how somebody in real time is doing something versus like, hey, this is my edited down. And I'm gonna be honest, guys. There's times I've made a couple videos for Instagram because it's short. It's a short form factor, 21 grams here, where I've done a little bit of editing with just trying to get a good shot, but I don't try to edit to fake. And I'm not saying anyone does, but there are folks out there that have professional camera crews that they've been baristas for 30 years, 20 years. They're really awesome, and then they make the shot off of like a $3,000-4,000 espresso machine, and I'm telling you guys, it's tough because you don't want to get yourself in that mind space. You know, you want to make sure that you're making your coffee for you, not for somebody on Instagram, definitely not for someone on YouTube. I every now and then I do joke that when I make my videos, I'll put a sad face of James Hoffman. You know, because it's like, oh no, James was here. But the truth is, you know, I mean, even someone like Lance or James, they always say, you make coffee for you, you make coffee what tastes good for you. Everyone has a different taste. I'm going to give you a deep, dark secret. I promise can't tell anybody, okay? Deep, dark secret here. My wife loves tea. She's a crazy tea drinker. She cannot stand the taste of coffee sometimes. Isn't that crazy? I married a lady who doesn't like the taste of coffee sometimes. It's crazy. Uh, she loves British tea. She likes London Fog. She's not into coffee. Her favorite coffee in the world is a caramel macchiato from Starbucks. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has different taste. You know, there's some people that like lots of sugar. I could do sugar. I like sugar, but then again, I also like just that taste of that good espresso in my mouth. So, you know, it all just depends. It's all subjective. Do you? Do you when it comes to coffee, please? Because that is the most important thing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull one more shot. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out, I think, the basket. So y'all could kind of see, oh, that was a 21 gram I just put in there. I was just seeing if I had a bigger basket. Nope, do not. Um, I guess we go back to the stock one. So this is the stock basket that came with this portafilter. And it is a precision basket as well. I'm just wondering if I had anything else special for 20 gram range. Most of the stuff I have is really 18, 19. Okay, so let me go ahead. Let's just use the same basket. Might as well. Might as well. I love IMS. This is the owl. Believe it or not, this is actually the owl basket too, and this is the owl, not by made by the same manufacturer. All right, so let's get our beans going. This is a Amazon Basics coffee, Amazon Fresh. I really like finding stuff at a budget. This is definitely commodity style coffee. Let's just say what it is. It's commodity style, cheap as cheap can get, but it is a single origin. And I always like kind of throwing different types of coffees in. I love to support a local roaster. Good as Gold's one of my favorite on Amazon. I like them all. You know, there's a lot of great roasters out there. I do have a local roaster. Uh, local roaster I have is, oh, I think it's called Mad Donkey, out here in Florida. Funny name. But there's a lot of great coffee shops. I'm going to tell you right now, find a great coffee shop that has really good locally roasted fresh coffee. That's really going to be a game changer. But I've always said this before, guys. I am a coffee geek, not necessarily a coffee snob. Because I like to do things cheap. I'm very realistic. I'm on a budget. I'm always on a budget. I've been on a budget my whole life. So, you know, if you're like me, it's okay to practice on some Amazon beans. It's okay to do that. Again, no one's watching you. Make coffee for you. Don't make coffee for others. Don't make coffee for me. I'm no one. Yeah. I have a cousin of mine was showing me how he makes coffee, and I'm like, he's like, dude, don't judge me. I'm like, I'm the last person in the world to judge you, homie. Let's level this out a tiny bit. Okay. Ooh, these smell really good. Oh, that's fun. There we go. All right. Give it a little tap. Ooh, that's nice and hot. See, this is why I really love this machine. You know, as far as temperature stability, you know, I mean, I dig it. That's awesome. That's cool. So back in the day when COVID was going on, yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, that's a story I've heard a lot. Um, I have been having a lot of friends tell me that I need to get into my own coffee roasting, and I'm telling you that is probably going to happen really, really soon. Let's use the lightning tool this time. Um, the only reason why I haven't gotten into it, and let me know if this is a thing, because my wife keeps, my wife has a very sensitive nose. I know that sounds weird to say. She's very sensitive to smell. She loves the smell of coffee, but burnt type smells, she just cannot stand. I've been married 18 years, and I'm telling you, there is definitely the happy wife, happy life is a rule in this house. I'm a firm believer in that. And I haven't only gotten to that because I'm afraid I'm going to make the house stink. Is that a thing? That's kind of what I want to know. I live in Florida. I would go in the garage, but it gets really hot. So because I live in Florida, I haven't really got into it. And I've been having a lot of folks tell me that I really need to get into my own roasting. And I was actually thinking about doing that and making content here. So definitely let me know. Yeah, venting outside, Steve. Yep. Yeah, I was also thinking about just making out in the backyard, and kind of doing a setup. I actually was watching this cool video of this guy who was doing it on his barbecue, and he had like a turning like spick thing or spit, and it was like turning and roasting the beans, and that was really cool. It was very similar to a roasting style I watched a video about in Vietnam. So cool stuff. I know it's something I really need to get into. Especially, I've had a lot of friends say this is what's going to really save you money. You really want to save money. This is going to save you money. Get green beans. All right, how does that look? Nice, right? Okay. Now, I didn't change the dial too much. It's pretty similar to what I just did right now, but I have a feeling this should be right on point. Yeah, I was also thinking about, I've also at times thought about turning my garage into like a full cafe. I don't know if I've ever really shared this on this channel. There's a channel called Big Daddy's Bear Cave. And if you're into tiki, go check it out. I don't really do a lot of that channel anymore. That's my old YouTube channel. I literally turned my garage into a tiki room, into like a tiki bar. And it's crazy. I did all this stuff. And then we ended up selling the house and moving. So I had to tear it all down. It was really sad. But I've actually thought about turning my garage into the ultimate man cave and make it like an Indiana Jones tiki bar slash cafe center and all that stuff. So I'm a total geek, y'all. I'm a total geek. So I tend to do, when I do things, I tend to go nuts. My wife, my wife says I'm Toad from Toad Hall. All right, guys. So 21 in, okay. I'm going to shoot for about the same 40 to 45. I might go a little longer. I might go a little shorter. We'll see. It's actually pretty good. Not too fast. Actually, I think this one's pretty good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. We're about, 25 and 21. 29. Come in a little fast. Could probably go a little finer. All right. 46.47. Right on 47. Almost exactly like last time. So let's go ahead and we're going to put this on the refractometer. We clear it. Give this a little test. Yeah, I don't know. I really think that I need to get into roasting. I think you guys are totally right. There's just so much cool stuff out there. I have a popcorn maker, and I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, look, I could use this to make coffee. She thinks I'm crazy sometimes, like I said, but that's okay. It's her fault. She's the one that told me to get back in espresso, so it's ultimately her fault. Yeah, way better crema on this one. Again, this is a single origin. This isn't something that's been, it's by Amazon, so I'm sure it wasn't roasted, a month ago. It's probably roasted 3, 4, 6 months ago. Yeah, but I really have had pretty good results with this. And for $7 for a single roast, single origin, 11.19, not bad. This is what I'm doing today, and this is Rainforest certified whole bean light roast. Y'all, like I said before, I don't really do a lot of light roast. I do tend to go medium to dark, but I'm not a light roast hater, and I'm starting to figure out I do like a lot more. I just, when you're kind of stuck on one thing and you've done something for a long time, it's nice to kind of broaden the horizon. I actually bought this light roast because someone was suggesting I do a light roast showdown between some of my grinders. All right, guys, let's try this out. Oh, that is very tasty. Yeah, that is very tasty. Really good. I mean, for $7, can't beat that. It's very bright. It's light roast. Um, Taste wise, I get like an like almond, hazelnut. Not really floral, more nut. Back in the day, I was a manager for one of the national spirit and alcohol distributors. That's kind of why I got into the tiki stuff. And it's kind of ironic because I used to be a pastor. Not that I don't drink, I'll have a glass of wine and all that. I just don't really drink in excess a lot. I'll have a whiskey every couple months. That's kind of amount that I do. But it was funny because I would take all these classes in finding the terroir and the meaning and the different things. Like I actually got certified for a little bit as a sommelier and as a presenter. And there's so much between that industry and this industry that are so similar. So sometimes if you guys hear the tasting notes people have, it is all subjective, but it is true. When you start making really good coffee and you start refining a little bit of that technique, you start getting you can see those tasting notes and all that. And again, that's where snobby versus geeky. Like I'm not saying like that. It sounds a little snobby, but it's also one of those things, a little Frasier-esque. Um, you know, you do find when you start working with different coffees. So pretty cool. So, oh yeah, great question. What was the origin? You tried first, Arabica Robusta. So I worked in a cafe in California. When I was in college, I was in Bible college like 20 years ago. Arabica was the big thing, and it was like Robusta was like a naughty word. But I started trying a lot of really awesome real Italian espressos. And a lot of times, I mean, if you go to Italy, I have never been to Italy, but I've traveled to Europe, and I taught English out in Eastern Europe for a little bit. Um, when you go to these restaurants, in Europe, and you get coffee, they're gonna have Robusto, and I am a big advocate of Robusto because it's good crema, tons of caffeine. But I do. It sounds crazy, but I really like a blend. Like if I was to get into roasting, I definitely would make my own blend because I kind of feel like it's like adding the little bit of this, the little bit of that. But this is all Arabica because this tends to be, the more commercially gained thing. I don't know what it is with folks because, in general, people are, really, it's like Arabica only. But yeah, that tends to be, I'm open to actually with all the different ones, but I do love my Robusto. Birdie, I just finished 2 bags of theirs. They're a great roaster out of Vietnam, and they roast a lot of Robusto. And sometimes I will literally buy a bag of Birdie, and I just don't have it right now. I do have a jar that I keep, and I'll put my different espressos in, or different coffees, I should say. And sometimes I'll get a couple scoops of Birdie and throw it in there just to give it a little Robusto charm. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I really appreciate you all so much hanging out with me. Again, my name's Tony. You're watching Faith and Coffee Bean. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment below. I'm going to tell you guys right now on YouTube, that really means a lot. I didn't start this channel to become YouTube famous. I'm not some kid, in my dad's basement trying to be a gamer and all that. I'm in my mid 40s. I'm a geek, but it really means a lot to me because what that means is more people will see these videos, and that's more people I get to talk to. Guys, make sure you hit me up on Instagram. I do a lot of Instagram stuff. You are always more than welcome to DM me on there if you have a question as well. I chat with a lot of folks on there. So you follow me on Instagram. Again, anything you see here, it does support the channel. Amazon links, affiliate links, and part of it goes back. That's actually what helps me buy more beans. I was joking with my kid the other day. I need to have a scientist. Please help me buy beans, coffee beans. But that's basically what that does. It really helps us out with that. So I definitely appreciate y'all so much. You guys have a wonderful day. We are on Thursday. We're almost done with the week, and I have a lot of meetings, so I got to run. You guys have a great